welcome to Math Workshop. Today we are going to solve to find the difference unknown. That means we'll be using tape diagrams. Let's get started. Alright, let's get started. We are going to review our read, draw, write strategy. First, you need to make sure that we read the question or the story. Then we are going to draw to help us know and understand the information that we read in the problem. And then we are going to write a number sentence and a statement to finish our problem. Let's get started. The objective is to solve, compare with difference unknown problems. Difference gives us a key word. Difference means that today we are going to be subtracting. What are we going to be doing today? Subtracting. Let's go ahead and do the first thing in our strategy. Let's read the problem. Rose wrote 8 letters to her friends. Her goal is to write 12 letters. How many more letters does she need to write to meet her goal? So we have read. We need to read one more time and underline the information that is important. Rose wrote 8 letters to her friends. Her goal is to write 12 letters. Let's use the tape diagram to solve how many more letters Rose needs to write. I'm going to now draw to model what is going on in the story. So I'm going to use a tape diagram, and I know that she wants to write 12, but she has written 8 letters. How many? 8. I'm going to label it by drawing an R for Rose, and then I'm going to put an M for more. That is how many more she has to write. And how many is she going to write total? How many is she going to write total? We have the answer right here, 12. So stop and think, what is the unknown part? How many more does she need to write? So I'm going to put a question mark there because that is our unknown. Is that a part of how many she has written already? No, this is how many she has written already, and this is how many she needs to write to get to her goal. So that means that there's still more letters that Rose needs to write. We just don't know how many yet. Now I'm going to draw an addition sentence to help me find the missing part. 8 plus blank equals 12. We can use mental math to solve this, or we can also use a drawing. If you know the answer already, go ahead and say it out loud. 4. 8 plus 4 equals 12. I could double check by counting with my fingers, by doing a drawing, by putting 8 in my head and counting on 4. What is the subtraction sentence that could help me find the missing part? I could do 12 minus 8, because that's the part that we already know, equals 4, and that will help me find the missing part. How many letters does Rose still need to write? We have found 4. So we wrote a number sentence. Now we need to write a statement. Rose needs to write 4 more letters. Are we all done? Did we read the question? Did we draw? And did we write a sentence and a statement? Yes, we did. All right, let's move on to the second one. This is the second problem that we are going to work on together today. Let's go ahead and do our first step by reading the problem. Rose wrote 8 letters. Nikhil wrote 12 letters. How many more letters did Nikhil write than Rose? Okay, we need to start making a drawing, but let's think about this question. Rose wrote 8 letters and Nikhil wrote 12 letters. How many more? So they're not asking for a total, they're asking how many more did one person write than the other. Watch me as I show you a different way to use a diagram to help you solve. So let's get started by drawing what Rose wrote. How many letters did Rose write? She wrote 8. So I'm going to put an R for Rose, and I'm going to create kind of like a tape diagram. I'm going to write the number 8 inside. Now, Nikki wrote how many letters? 12. And for Nikki, but we have to stop and ask ourselves, how many letters did Nikhil write? 12. So is the drawing for Nikhil going to be longer or shorter than the one for Rose? It is going to be longer. Good job. How many letters did Nikhil write? 12. Does this look longer than 8? Does this look about 12? Yes, but the question is asking how many more letters did Nikhil write than Rose? So we need to think how many more. So I'm going to draw a little line here because Nikhil also wrote 8, but she wrote a couple more to get to 12, right? How many more is what we are trying to find out. We're going to put a question mark there. So we know that they both wrote at least 8, but Nikhil wrote a couple more. We need to find out how many more. So we need to write a number sentence now that's going to help us solve the unknown. We're going to do this because we know that all of this equals 12. Part, whole. So what is one part that we already know? We have 12 total, and we know that one part is 8. What is our unknown? You could count backwards. You could use a picture. You could use your fingers, or you could use mental math. If you know the answer, go ahead and shout it out. Yeah, the answer is 4. That is the missing part, the unknown. There were 8 letters that she had written first, and she wrote 4 more than Rose. We can also show an addition number sentence that's going to help us check our work. So we could write 8, which is the part that we know, plus the unknown equals 12. Let's put 8 in our head. Pretend this is your head, and let's count on to 12. Ready? 8 in your head. 9, 10, 11, 12. How many more did we count on? 4. Good job, boys and girls. Oops, my marker is not working with me. There we go. So we've read the question, we drew, and now we wrote our sentence. Now we need to write our statement. Here we go. Nikhil wrote 4 more letters than who? Rose. Good job. Let's take a look at your problem set. You're going to have 4 questions that you need to do on your own. So this is your problem set. Let's read the directions together. I will read the questions to you, and then you're going to work on them by yourself. Read the problem, draw a tape diagram or double tape diagram, and label. Write a number sentence and a statement that matches the story. Question 1. Peter had 3 goats living on his farm. Julio had 9 goats living on his farm. How many more goats does Julio have than Peter? Remember, if we're thinking of how many more, your tape diagram should be a double tape diagram that kind of looks like this. This is an example you could use. Question 2. Willie picked 16 apples in the orchard. Emmy picked 10 apples in the orchard. How many more apples did Willie pick than Emmy? Another question asking how many more. Flip. Lee collected 13 eggs from the hens in the barn. Ben collected 18 eggs from the hens in the barn. How many fewer eggs did Lee collect than Ben? So this is a new word. How many fewer? We're still looking at subtraction. Shanika did 14 cartwheels during recess. Kim did 20 cartwheels. How many more cartwheels did Kim do than Shanika? Once again, we're looking at how many more. So now it's your turn. Go ahead and review the read, draw, and write strategy to solve the problems. Don't forget to send us a picture when you're all done.